Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. This is the Bishop, the Tier 5 British SPG. This one's located on the north spawn of Mountain Pass, and it's under the command of M5 Multitronic Unit. Now, yeah, we've had to restart the game to get the sounds back in, but unfortunately it means we've lost the use of the tracks of the vehicle. That's wargaming with their unrealistic changes to the client, which then screw it up and make it difficult for us to make replays. Well, you can see two marks of excellence on the barrel of the howitzer. It's a 4.5-inch howitzer capable of doing 450 alpha, and it will penetrate through 28mm of armor, and it's got a burst radius of 2.22 meters. Now, the reason why M5 Multitronic Unit's having to move it quite close to the enemy is because this Arty does have a relatively short range. You can see that if you look at the mini-map, you can see the maximum range is fairly short. You're not going to be able to hit the whole map unless, of course, you move right into the center of the map, and even then it's going to be fairly difficult. Well, instead he's decided to fire at a Grant. Narrowly missed it there. Trying to get a shot now on a Panzer III Aslains J. It's a Tier 5 game, and there's Tier 4 tanks in it. Should be able to hit that Panzer III. Just got the rear to work with it, but he's having to squeeze up if he wants to avoid any shells. And the kill shot actually went to the T-34 on our team in the end. But over here we've got a VK3001H. He's backing up. Multitronic Unit fires one, and ooh, yes, right on top of him. But of course the VK3001H, the 30-ton tank, which was supposed to be a heavy tank, and we got a direct hit that time. So a little bit of patience and holding your aim on a specific spot sometimes can actually yield results. And the VK has obviously moved, so he either fixed his tracks or he used his repair kit to get moving again. Okay, well, the enemy hasn't been spotted by that T-34, but what has been spotted is a SAV M43, and he's a little farther away than we want. So M5 Multitronic Unit moved a bit further forward himself. Oh, and his first shot hit the rear of the vehicle and blew it up. He didn't even bother to look while he was repositioning. He just used the reticule to tell him if he was close enough. Couldn't get around in that direction, but he can probably hit that Chi-Ha. No, it's a Chi-Nu. Okay, might even be able to hit these guys over here. And there's that VK3001H again. Now, the M8A1's got very thin armor. He fires one in. He pulled away, though, immediately after he fired. And, of course, we don't like that because we want to see what happens to the shell. But I have the feeling he wanted to get back a little further out of range, just in case the enemy fired on him. Fires one at the VK, and he gets a direct hit. You see, if he pulled away at the point he fired at the VK, we wouldn't know that that was a direct hit on the VK because he was unspotted at the time the shell hit him, and therefore we wouldn't have seen the fact that the shell disappeared. That's one of the important things you need to know if you fire a shell at a tank and you don't hear the explosion. That one you heard, 125 from that shot, and that's reduced the Chi-Nu to half his health. Rounds out again. Normally the shells are very, very accurate and precise, but a little bit of RNG said no on that occasion. Now, he's having a quick look in other places as well. He was holding down his right-hand mouse key so he could have a quick look through the aim without actually changing the dialed-in reticule. Going for the Matilda. Oh, so close. Again, RNG made the shell go to the right this time. Rounds out. This should hit. Yep, it does. 132. Now, the Matilda didn't like that, so he's pulling back every now and then. But he keeps pulling forward to take a shot, and we punished him for it. 205 this time. It's going to take another 2 shots to kill him. Oh, no, maybe 1 shot now. Oh, well, yeah, he did do some damage. 97, and the Matilda's gone. So he got a bit of assist there. Okay, we've got a T-34 1941, the one with the standard gun. that they were actually fitted. The 76mm gun. Tried to get a shot in there, couldn't get it. I think it was 76.2mm if I'm correct. Rounds out. Close, but no. Oh my gum, this ELC this ELC Biz is actually really close. I wonder why he didn't spot us. Maybe it's because he was actually focused on our tanks further down. But surely he saw us this time. Well, I think he's trying to get away from us now because M5 Multitronic unit is firing shotgun at him. And he probably doesn't want to die. Okay, there's the T-34 1941. And now he's got a free run up the ice road towards the cap.
Your assistance has been requested.
Okay, well, he has been invited to platoon. He's only got 1 kill so far. He's going back to the cap to defend it alone against that T-34 1941. But he only needs 1 shot on target to finish that guy off. He's not going to go around into the cap here. He's going to wait and hear the sound from the capping. That will tell him the T-34 is there. This is a bit risky, going around the corner. Because it means the 1941 gets a shot on you before you can get your gun to bear on him. Oh, he's not here yet, but now he's here. Well, yeah, he's marked up the first shot, unfortunately, and he's received a hit from the T-34. But there's 2 in the cap now, and he's received another round, but this time, yep, he finishes off that T-34. And now he's just got to deal with the AMX CLC, and he's hiding behind the wreck, and that's bad for him because we can shoot over the wreck, and he doesn't realize that. Well, that's the tank driver for you. He thinks he's safe because you can't shoot directly at him because the wreck was in the way, but Arty shells, they go up over wrecks and hit the target the other side. So 3 kills now for M5 Multitronic unit. He could platoon with the Cavalier, except for the fact the Cavalier's now died, so there's no brothers in arms. It's a bit of a pity. There's only 1 enemy left. It's a Fifi on the enemy team, the 105 FH18B2. He's one of only 3 players left on his team, and he's heading for the bridge road. Now, there's every chance that the enemy Fifi has decided to come up the bridge road because it is the quickest route to get to the enemy cap. But, of course, it does mean you might get spotted as you go across the bridge. It's certainly the flattest route. He hasn't appeared. He's not on the road. The view range of a Bishop is 250 meters. Now, he's got a slightly longer reload than a Bishop. Standard reload for this Arty is 12.37 seconds, but I'm pretty sure M5 Multitronic unit probably has a replay, or reload rather I should say, of about 10 seconds. He's not using premium consumables, and yes, he's found the enemy. He's found him. Now, the question is that Fifi going to try and come around the corner? In fact, it wasn't him who found the Fifi, it was the M8A1. So yes, he needs to drive as fast as he can, because the Fifi will be pointing the other direction to shoot, and he does kill the M8A1 on the enemy team. But has he turned around in time to deal with us? In fact, it looks like he is trying to turn around. That's 1 hit into him. Now, will he have fix his tracks? He does fix his tracks, so he could come around the corner. But now the thing to do is blast 1 back and pull back. And he does. And the Fifi goes down to the Matilda. And that wins the game. So he assisted in the kill of the last enemy. Here's the end of battle stats, and that was another ace tanker game from M5 Multitronic unit in the Bishop. He managed to get a bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. In fact, he got 11 in that one. And he also got a Confederate medal for hitting more of the enemy than anyone else on his team. At least 6 tanks subsequently taken out by teammates. And on top of that, he got a Starks medal. He managed to get at least 2 kills, took 2 shots from the enemy, lost 2/3 of his hit points, and survived the battle. So very well done. These are difficult to get. Most people think they're fairly easy. No, they're not. You actually have to lose quite a few hit points in order to get one. In fact, on one occasion, I thought I'd earned a Stark's medal. It turned out I'd missed out by a couple of hit points when I received damage from another enemy tank. But I still had at least 2 kills and unfortunately then missed the medal at the end. Anyway, let's have a look at team score and see where M5 came. Well, surprisingly, he got the most damage on his team. He was the high scorer with 1,601, but it wasn't the highest damage in the game. That actually went to the enemy Fifi. He got 2,296 hit points, and he got a high caliber because that was over 20% of the enemy hit pool. The second highest damage went to M5 Multitronic Unit, and the third highest damage went to the M4A2 T34 on his own team, who managed to get 1,454 hit points. When it came to kills, it was the Matilda on our team and the enemy Fifi. Both got 4 kills apiece. M5 Multitronic Unit got 3 kills, and so did the M10 Wolverine on the enemy team, so they share second place. And third place goes to the Cavalier, who wanted a platoon but unfortunately died, the T-34, the T-28E with the F-30 gun, and the B-1 on the enemy team. When it came to base XP, it's M5 Multitronic Unit, yes, because he helped his team by hitting so many of the enemy. 824 base experience points to him, 752 went to the M4A2 T-34, and 649 went to the Matilda. He fired 24 rounds in that game, got 11 direct hits on the enemy, but none of them penetrated surprisingly, even though some of them were tier 4 tanks. He got 18 splashes, 1,601 hit points, of which 1,074 were at more than 300 meters. The big difference, of course, was that VP was right up close and personal. 4 hits received from the enemy, 2 of them were penetrations, 1 non-penetration. Yes, unfortunately, he did take some damage. It was to be expected, really, if you think about it, with the Fifi was firing at him as well. He did get some those couple of shots into him from the T-34 1941. That's because his first shot missed and he couldn't take him out, so he had to wait for the reload. And during that time, the 1941 was well able to get 2 shots into him in the meanwhile, but at least he reset the cap. 240 hit points of damage blocked by armor, 10 enemy vehicles damaged, 3 kills, so there's a 7 difference there for his Confederate. 459 hit points of damage assistance, and he got 11 defense points when he reset the cap. 22,303 credits for the battle, and after repair and ammunition resupply, still made a profit of 14,641 credits on a free-to-play account, 824 base XP, and there was no multiplier, so that's all the experience points he took away. He says no chicken. Well, he certainly wasn't. He actually went back, even though his teammates must have realised that somebody was coming back to cap. But the best bit about it was taking out that AMX-13F3, who thought he could hide behind the wreck of his teammate. And of course, no, it doesn't work with an Arty, because we fire up and over wrecks and into the enemy on the other side, and that just makes it all sweeter when we take them out. I hope you enjoyed that battle. If you did, please give this video a like. Do subscribe to our channel. Leave a little comment down below because it feeds the algorithm. And thank you for watching.